Good morning, everyone. Let us start this session. During the last lecture, we were discussing about the block friction. So in this lecture, we will discuss about wedge friction and we will solve the problems on the wedge friction. So what is meaning of wedge? So wedge, it is the tapered shape wooden or metal block which is used to lift heavy machines or objects by application of relatively low value of the external force. So wedge is basically a tapered block. It is a wooden or the metal block. So you can observe here in the image. So these are two wedges. Okay. So this diagram is the schematic diagram, and the second diagram, it is the actual diagram of the wedge, which is used in the industry to lift the heavy machines. So this part, it is the tapered part. So how wedge will lift the heavy load? So you can observe here in the animation. So suppose we have one machine or heavy object as shown in figure. Okay. So initially it is at this level. So let us take this level 1. And we want to lift this machine to this level. So this is the level 2. So we need to apply some force in this direction so that we can lift that machine. Okay. So to lift this machine, we can use the wedge arrangement. So this is the wedge arrangement. So we are using two wedges. So this is the wedge 1. So this is the tapered part or the inclined surface. Okay. This is the second wedge. It is having this inclined surface. So it is exactly opposite to the wedge 1. Okay. So here we will apply one horizontal force. So this horizontal force, let us take this value as a P. Okay. And it will be much smaller than the actual weight of this machine. So let us take this machine has weight 1000 kg. Okay. So this force P will be less than 1000 kg. So this can be 100 kg. Okay. So by using 100 kg external load, we can lift the machine of the 1000 kg in this direction. So how this motion is carried out? By applying the force P. So you can observe here in the animation. So we will apply one force P. Let us take it is 100 kg. So when we apply that force, you can observe the sliding motion between these two wedges. Okay. And because of this sliding motion, this wedge 1 will move in the leftward direction relative to the wedge 2. So this is the wedge 2. Okay. So if you observe this motion, so wedge 1 is moving towards the left side. Okay. And wedge 2 compared to the wedge 1, it is moving towards the right side. So this is the relative motion of the wedge 1 on the left side. And at the same time, the second wedge, it is moving towards the right side. Okay, so this is relative motion between wedge 1 and wedge 2. If you observe the motion between wedge 2 and this machine, then wedge 2 so machine is moving in the upward direction. Okay, and this wedge 2, it will slide on the left side by some distance because of this motion. Okay, and the relative motion of this machine block, it will be towards the right side if you compare the motion of the wedge 2. Okay, and if you compare this motion, that is motion of the machine, and this fixed support, or this is the vertical wall. So machine is moving on the upward direction, that is a positive y direction. So relatively, this wall will move in the downward direction if you compare the motion between wall and this machine. Okay, so with the help of this wedge arrangement, that is a tapered block, we can lift the machine having the heavy load, okay, by using relatively small amount of the external force. So this is the application of the wedge arrangement. So now I will show the practical application of the wedge. So basically the industrial wedges, they work on the hydraulic principle. So we use pressurized oil to apply the external force. So this is the wedge part. Okay. So you can observe here one sliding element. So this is the tapered block. Okay. So because of that sliding motion in the rightward direction, this complete machine block will lift in the upward direction. So here you can observe this conical part. So basically it is a wedge. Okay. So wedge is sliding on the right side because the application of the pressure from the left side. Okay. So this pressure is nothing but the external force. So by using this arrangement, we can lift the machine to a desired level. Okay, so I hope this application is clear. What is meaning of wedge and how we can use the wedge for lifting the machines. Okay, so now we will solve the problems on the wedge friction. So here in the problem, two wedges A and B, they are used to lift a machine part having the weight 2000 Newton. So we have to determine the force P necessary to be applied to the wedge A, okay, so that we can raise the block where the coefficient of friction is 0.25. So we have to determine what should be the value of the external force P so that the block of 2000 Newton will start moving in the upward direction. Okay, and we have to neglect the weights of the wedge A and wedge B. Okay, because the weight of the wedges is almost negligible if you compare the weight to be lifted. Okay, so here weight to be lifted, it is 2000 Newton. And we have to determine how much force P we should apply on the wedge A. So we will solve this problem by using the conditions of equilibrium. And when we use the conditions of equilibrium, our first step will be we have to draw the free body diagram. Okay, so for the free body diagram, we have to observe the impending motion. Okay, so here as the force P is applied on the block wedge A in the leftward direction, therefore the motion of the wedge A, it will be on the left side. Okay, so if we draw the free body diagram for the wedge A, this is the external force P. The impending motion for the wedge A, it is towards the left side. So this is the direction of the impending motion. Okay, so wedge A, it is kept on the horizontal surface, so it will offer one normal reaction. So this is the normal reaction offered by the ground on the wedge A. So let us take this value as a N1. Okay. Then wedge A, its weight is negligible. Okay. Now wedge A, it is in contact with the wedge B. So if you compare this motion, so this is the sliding motion of the wedge A relative to the wedge B, and therefore the friction force at this contact, it will be in the opposite direction. So this is the friction force. So this friction force, it is offered by the wedge B to the wedge A. So this value F is equal to, so coefficient of friction for all the contact surfaces, mu is equal to 0.25. So this will be 0.25 into normal reaction at this contact surface. Okay, so this normal reaction, let us take this as a N2. So it is a common normal reaction for this surface and even for the surface of the wedge B. Okay, so this will be F is equal to 0.25 into normal reaction N2. At the first contact surface where we have the normal reaction N1, this is the friction force exactly in the horizontal direction and opposite to the impending motion. So this value F is equal to, this is 0.25 coefficient of friction into normal reaction is N1. Okay, so the angle of this 0.25 N2, so this angle is given for the wedge. So this is called as a wedge angle and it is given as a 15 degree. So basically wedge angle is nothing but the angle of the tapered side. So this is the wedge. So if you extend this tapered surface, then this angle is given as a 15 degree. Okay, so as the friction force is acting along this line, so for that friction force angle will be same, it is a 15 degree. So we can take this angle as a 15 degree. So angle of 0.25 N2 with respect to x-axis or the horizontal, it is 15 degree. So this is the free body diagram for the wedge A. Now we have to draw the free body diagram for the wedge B. So for the wedge B, the first force will be 2000 Newton because the machine, it is in contact with the wedge B, okay, and it is kept on the wedge B. Therefore, its weight 2000 Newton will act directly on the wedge B. So this is 2000 Newton. That is a machine load. The next will be the normal reaction N2, which is common for the wedge A and wedge B. So this is the normal reaction N2. Next will be the contact surface between the wedge B and the vertical wall. So this wall will also offer the normal reaction in this direction. Okay. So this normal reaction, take this as a N3. So if you observe the wedge B has two contact surfaces, one between A and B, and second contact surface between wedge B and the vertical surface, that is a wall. Okay. So if you compare the motion of wedge B with the wedge A, then wedge B, it is moving on the right side. Okay. So you can observe here in the animation. So in this animation, wedge 1 is sliding towards the left side. Just observe the relative motion of the wedge 2. So relatively, wedge 2, it is sliding on the right side of the wedge 1. So the impending motion for this surface, so impending motion is towards the right side. Okay, as the impending motion is towards the right side, its friction force at this contact, it will be towards the left side, and it is having the same value as 0.25 into N2 because there is a common normal reaction N2. So this is equal to 0.25 into normal reaction N2. Okay, and the angle is also same. This is 15 degree. So if you draw one horizontal line, so this angle, it will be same, and it is equal to 15 degree. Now observe the contact surface between vertical wall and the wedge B. Okay. So here the motion of the wedge B, it is in the upward direction. Okay. Therefore, the friction force at this contact surface will be in the downward direction. So this value will be F is equal to 0.25 into normal reaction N3. Okay. So this is complete free body diagram for the wedge 1, that is a wedge A, and the wedge B. So here the normal reaction N2, it is inclined with the horizontal or the x-axis. So we have to find out this angle. So this angle we can find out by using this 15 degree. So this reaction is perpendicular to this surface. Okay. So if you extend this line, you will get this 15 degree. This is 90 degree. So this angle will be 90 minus 15. So it is 75 degree. Okay. So the 75 degree is nothing but the angle of reaction N2 with respect to x-axis. So this is 75 degree, alternate angles. So you can write here, this angle is 75 degree. Similarly, this angle will be same. It is a 75 degree because it is opposite angle. Okay. So this is normal reaction. So this angle is 75. So this will be same. It is 75 degree. Okay. So now next part is we have to use the conditions of equilibrium for the wedge A and the wedge B, and then we can find out the value of P. Okay. So which FBD we need to consider first so that we can find out the force P, whether it is B or A.